Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz on March 8, 2017, 1:40 a.m. in Birmingham. Topic: the Illuminati had a monkey wrench thrown in their spokes, and they're not happy about that. The earliest Illuminati member actually was born in 1748, but Bavarian secret society, and it grew and it mushroomed and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger from there. In fact, on the date May 1, 1776, the group was formed, and of course you had the Rothschild family. You had Fernand, you had Freemasons, and now you have Paris Club, and you have others. And but as far back again as 1776, where they kind of really came together, and even back then they were banned in 1784 and 5, and then again in 87, and again in 1790. But yet they ignored, and they continued with their secret society. And where now it's all out on the table and everyone knows, but yet it's so big and it's right in front of your face every day that you don't see it. And these three girls that are real big in it and that's really pulling a lot of Hollywood in with them. Now, just not these three. There's been a lot prior to these. But Beyonce, I'm assuming Rihanna, and then Lady Gaga. Look, I watched her on a blog last night talk about knowing what she was doing was very wrong. And she said, and I tried to leave it. I tried to escape it. When she's not all doped up and all dressed up into these insane outfits that she wears, she looks like she could be leading a law firm. I mean, she really has that prestige talk and that look and that way of showing herself. Very sharp, intelligent woman, but yet she said as hard as she tried to leave, they pulled her harder back in. Now, a lot of people will tell you that when you're in, if you leave, they'll threaten your family. And I believe that. I believe you can get deep enough into anything and that your family will be threatened, just as the people, the young girls and the women who are used and taken from their homes and taken from the schools and trafficked. And so now they're trafficking these women, these girls across the country, and then they get to the business of selling them. This is, well, I won't mention the name, but you know the one I've talked about the most that was taken. And she was graduating. It was a senior gift. She's off on another island, and somebody tried to take her, and they killed her. And then he went to Peru, and he killed another young girl. You know what I'm talking about. But how evil do these people need to get before you wake up? And what I mean by that, anyone who threatens them, it causes a setback if the threat is viable. And to create a setback, even though they've been at it since 1748, and their ultimate goal, spoken in May 1, 1776, was to be a New World Order. It was spoken then. And again, it's through the Fernand family and the Rothschild family. And the other names, I'll tell you the truth, I can't pronounce them. I'm clueless what they say. But the first secret society came out of, I said it a while ago, the Bavaria, I guess, and where the man was born in 1748. And when he was in his late teens, this was his goal. So it started. Ultimate goal was to be first in a secret society, and then lead that into others and get bigger and bigger. And then it was taken on a new name called the Illuminati, the Enlightened Ones, with this eye that you see on your dollar bill you spend every day, all seeing eye. And you have a certain number of levels of that pyramid built, and a certain number of levels that are left off. What does this tell you? The Freemasons played a big part in the Illuminati, a big part, as well as the Pope. And it was the Crusaders that almost crushed them, crushed the beginnings of them. And although they were before, but the Crusaders didn't just disappear and go away. They were still around, but they weren't the Crusaders, but they were still biblical keepers, if you know what I'm talking about. And they still fought evil that came against the Bible. And the Illuminati was certainly one of those. But here's where I'm getting. The Illuminati had another major setback, another bad setback. This setback, look, when a party is planned and millions and millions upon millions of dollars are planned just for a supper, and thousands of high profile people were invited to these parties. There weren't just one, there were many. One at the night of, and others following. And there would have been many, many people killed at these parties. These parties, all they were getting together and offering up babies and even people as live sacrifices to, not to God, to Satan. The setback was so bad, it hurt them so bad in a monetary way, and in an establishment way, and in a way that they have already paid for their new suite for the next, well, from now on. Look, on the 8th of November, the Illuminati knew that night that come 90 days from January the 20th, 2017, the Illuminati would take control of the United States. Complete control. And they would have in turn taken it and handed it over. Now get this, first it has to be the UN who will hand it to the Illuminati. And then the Illuminati will give it to their leader. Who is their leader? Satan. What happened to all their plans that they paid hundreds of millions of dollars for? God happened to their plans. And God went to a man that he brought up for this day and that he gave talents to, so this man could bear the weight of what he was about to do. And his name is Donald Trump. If it was anybody else, they would have already left under the pressure that's been put on them. But Trump, it ain't no hell for a hustler, guys. He's got it. And you're not going to scare him off. And all of you people who are fighting him daily with lies. And I'm calling you all, every one of you, you're a damn liar, all of you. And God will remove the talents that aren't producing for him, because he gave them to you for a gift, but you're wasting his gift. So since he doesn't have a return, then he will divest his gift and take it from you. And then, baby, you're on your own. And I'm doubting, seriously, of all you that are telling these lies every day, I'm doubting if you were ever even a Christian to start with. Because what you're fighting for is the remain killing of babies by, well, so far is the true numbers excess of 70 million since 1973. But how many around the world? Our government paid for abortions in most every country in Africa, in most every country in the Russian bloc countries. And in France, all the countries surrounding France, our government paid for those abortions. The numbers probably exceed 1 billion since 1973. You know God wants that to end. And what I said last night in a blog, for the very thing for Satan to win is for good men to do nothing. But by God, we're doing something this time. We have put a monkey wrench in the spokes of your wheel, Illuminati, and we have flipped you over on your butt. You landed on your head and then tumbled to your butt, and you're having a problem getting up. This is why Soros and so many of you are paying so much money to keep this fire stoked and keep it going. If anyone in this country has a complaint or a gripe about anything, it's not you white people out there that's creating and coming up with daily lies that are all proven to be lies. If anyone complains, it should be two people. Should be the blacks. And more than that, it should be the Native Americans. More than anything, we owe them billions upon billions of dollars because you have taken their land from us. Yes, sir, I am a Native American. You've taken our lands. You've killed our people by the millions, by the tens of millions. 100 million documented Native Americans died at the hands of the United States government. And still, the Illuminati gets a monkey wrench thrown in their spokes on November 8th. I just laughed my friggin' head off about that. Bravo that all you guys went flipping over your bicycles and landed on your head, and you're still sitting on your butts. I hope you spend every dime you have on these fools out there that's trying to destroy Trump, because God will not let you hurt his man. Keep trying. Your talents to be removed, all of them. When your talents are removed, then you start over, not with a new talent. You just start over. But you're lying and coming up with this stuff because two things. Number one, they told you to do it, so you're obeying. So you're bowing to and kissing Satan's royal ass. And you're getting paid to do it by George Soros and Obama and his mini 30,000 man army he's got. Look, guys, it all fails. It all goes God's way until God decides to give it back. When He does, it's going to be tattered, it's going to be in pieces, and Satan will become the ultimate leader after the Antichrist takes place. And that's when 272 million Americans will die. Thanks to you guys. You ushered in the kingdom before its time. It's okay. I'm ready to be taken out. I'm ready to go home. Because that day is quickly approaching. And you're not seeing it. You are blind. It's on the billboards and you are blind. I feel sorry for you. I will pray for your souls, though. Jody Wolf Expoz.